Jae-jun is the father of Yeon-jin's daughter. What will he do about it, and who else knows? Let's find out in Season 1, Episode 7 of The Glory. How's it? I'm Evie, and welcome to After the Episode. On this channel, you'll explore unforgettable Korean dramas and anime. The epic action, wild twists, and moving moments. Let's tuck in. Dong-eun's disfigurement is shocking and difficult to look at for most people, but not for Yeon-jin, who sees the scars for what they are: injuries. Yeon-jin also understands better than most how heavy of a burden rage can be, so he promises to be there for Dong-eun if she ever has another panic attack. Instead of judgment and pity, Yeon-jin offers stability and sacrifice, even replacing the coat button she lost during her panic attack with one from the very shirt he's wearing and sewing it on. How are you going to make me tear up this early, Yeon-jin, you angel? We need to protect this man at all costs. Elsewhere, Do-yeong is in his study still trying to contact Myung-oh when Yeon-jin walks in to find him flipping through their wedding album. She's pleasantly surprised at her husband's seemingly sentimental gesture. That is, until she realizes that he's actually looking for a picture of Myung-oh. "How often do you see your old friends, Jae-jun and Myung-oh?" he asks calmly. Yeon-jin tries to play it cool, explaining that although they occasionally cross paths at Jae-jun's fashion store because of dress fittings, she hasn't seen Myung-oh recently. "Why are you asking about Myung-oh?" Yeon-jin asks cautiously. "You know he's a bit of a weirdo, right? What's he done this time? He's not threatening you, is he?" "Girl, get a grip. You're making him more suspicious with every word you say." Dryly, Do-yeong remarks on her strange behavior and that of her friends. At the mere mention of Myung-oh, they all assume blackmail. Do-yeong wishes her a good day at work, leaving Yeon-jin alone in the study, deeply troubled. Hurriedly, Yeon-jin checks the car to find out where Do-yeong has been to recently, and is mortified to see the address of Jae-jun's country club in the GPS. Back with the couple I am rooting for, Dong-eun explains her keen interest in Do-yeong, who she beat at Go thanks to Yeon-jung's excellent instruction. She needs Yeon-jin to be completely alone and unloved at the moment of her final revenge. Yeon-jung is all in on whatever Dong-eun wants to do and gives her the passcode to his apartment. While they play the game of revenge, they'll also play the game of Go together, even if it takes them years to do it. Dong-eun can place a piece on the board whenever she comes over, and Yeon-jung will do the same. As long as her piece is on the board, he'll know that she's okay, even if she doesn't call. "All I want to know is that you're all right," he says earnestly. "I'll do anything for you. I'll happily go on the hunt with you." Aww. Let's look in on what our favorite super spy is up to. Hanam is at the temple that Yeon-jin's mother frequents, and the place is packed with beautiful young women. When Hanam asks the woman sitting next to her whether it's a common occurrence, she responds that it's her first time there, but her friend raves about the shaman's ability to solve any problem. A problem that doesn't need fixing presently is Dong-eun's coat button. She's at the dry cleaners for her grease-covered coat, but declines the employee's offer to change the button that Yeon-jung sewed on. Our girl is catching feelings. Yeon-jung is a gentle soul, but he's hidden away the depths of his misery from his own mother. It therefore comes as a paralyzing shock to her that the monster who ended her husband's life has been writing to her son from prison, giving a detailed and disgusting description of that terrible day. Yeon-jung conceals his rage well, but when he's alone in his apartment, he fantasizes about sticking a blade into the monster who stole his father's life. It's a chilling callback to the first episode where Dong-eun is alone in her apartment fantasizing about pummeling Yeon-jin with a stapler. Speaking of Dong-eun, she's in for a windfall. Sarah has just brought her an enormous bag of cash. It's diabolical to blackmail someone in their own church, which only proves to Sarah that a heathen like Dong-eun can never make it to heaven. But she will, of course. Dong-eun dearly hopes that Sarah will spend her afterlife in heaven, considering her life on earth will be hellish. With sudden dread, Sarah is like,
"What do you mean? What do you mean?"
As an avid churchgoer, I wonder if Sarah would be pleased to know that her blackmail money is going to a worthy cause. Since Dong-eun can no longer tutor Sana, she's paying for her to study in the US instead. While Sana takes an assessment test, Dong-eun receives a text from the men she was involved in the car accident with. They want their money. Back with Do-yeong, he's with Yi-sol at her football game at school. He's brimming with pride at her performance, but complains that the player with the pink socks wasn't playing fairly and could hurt someone. Since Yi-sol is colorblind, she can't tell which player he's talking about. Do-yeong is a little confused by her color mix-up, but makes no further comment. Yi-sol then excitedly announces the open class that her new teacher is arranging for dads. Even though she reassures him that it's okay if he's busy, Do-yeong promises to be there. It's a good thing for Dong-eun that he's such a devoted father, hey? Do-yeong casually asks Yi-sol for her opinion on her new teacher, and Yi-sol tells him that she's mommy's friend, which comes as a surprise. Yeon-jin failed to mention that little nugget of information when she was describing Yi-sol's insane new teacher to him. Elsewhere, Yi-sol's biological father Jae-jun is at a wedding dress store with Hae-jung, who's trying out gowns. He interrogates Hae-jung about Do-yeong, who characterizes him as a nice jerk. That doesn't mean to come across as a jerk, but is certainly accustomed to getting his way. When he admits meeting with Do-yeong, Hae-jung can barely contain her glee at the thought of Do-yeong finding out about Yeon-jin's infidelity. "You wouldn't stand a chance with me even if he did, so take the hint," he retorts cruelly. "You really ought to get married soon," he continues. "At your age, you won't find another man to buy designer gowns." He gives her a parting insult, and Hae-jung, burning with humiliation, takes out her frustrations at the shop assistants. Do you think Hae-jung even likes Jae-jun as a person, or does she just want him because he belongs to Yeon-jin? Let me know in the comments. In her modest apartment filled with designer purchases, Hae-jung throws away the blackmail pictures of Jae-jun and takes out the ring that her boyfriend gave her. It's definitely bigger than Yeon-jin's, she convinces herself. With steely resolve, she texts the gang for Myung-hwa's address. Yeon-jin is looking for answers of her own. She storms into Jae-jun's apartment looking for him, but he isn't there. Then she tries to call him, to no avail, and finally texts him to find out whether he really met Do-yeong. Jae-jun eventually calls her back, and she's livid, insisting on meeting him. He can't right now because he's at a family reunion. Turns out the family reunion is with Yi-sol on her way home from school. Jae-jun calls out to her across the street, but Yi-sol can't tell that the traffic light is green, so she just stands there. Realizing this, Jae-jun dashes towards his daughter to embrace her. He's genuinely emotional, gushing at how clever and funny she is. The conversation is going quite well, but this is Jae-jun we're talking about. He can't go 5 minutes without being a jerk, so his anger issues get the better of him when he yells at a passing car. Something tells me that Do-yeong has never done that before, and Yi-sol is uncomfortable with this outburst. Jae-jun has made up his mind though. He's going to be her protector. "I love you, Yi-sol," he says for the first time. Rejoining Hae-jung, she enters Myung-hwa's apartment and discovers Jae-jun's stolen possessions in Myung-hwa's hastily packed suitcases. Suddenly, Sara pops out of a cupboard, giving Hae-jung a fright. Turns out Sara was making her own discoveries when she ransacked the apartment. She found his stash, travel itinerary, and passport. Hae-jung deduces that Myung-hwa didn't leave the country as he said he would when they last spoke on the phone. Am I the reason that Myung-hwa didn't go after all? She wonders. "He's trying to sabotage my wedding," she whines to a thoroughly uninterested Sara. You know, I'd love to watch Sara and Hae-jung in a buddy cop series where they investigate crimes and irritate each other. It would be hilarious. Anyway, Hae-jung gets another fright and hides behind Sara when Myung-hwa's angry landlord bangs on the door. She needs to show potential tenants the apartment that he was in such a hurry to leave. Hae-jung and Sara relay their findings to Yeon-jin, concluding that Myung-hwa is either dead or missing. "So report it to the police, not me," Yeon-jin explains in exasperation. Sara says there's no need to take it that far. Hae-jung doesn't want to be seen at a police station since she's getting married soon, and Yeon-jin doesn't want to be involved. Yo, with friends like these, who needs enemies? Damn! Before disappearing, Myung-hwa called Sara to give her a gift and Hae-jung to confess his love for her. Bursting out in laughter, Yeon-jin and Sara tease her about the absurd love confession. As Yeon-jin turns her back on them to leave for work, her amused grin changes to a nervous grimace. Returning to Dong-eun, she drops off the cash for the men she was involved in the car accident with, while our favorite super spy Hanam secretly waits for them to collect it. Meanwhile, she already has an assignment for her hunter, Yeon-jin. When he arrives home, he finds that Dong-eun has placed a piece on the go board along with a resume of her former school nurse. Yeon-jin meets up with a nurse at his plastic surgery practice. She's heard a lot about him and looks forward to working together. With a super spy, hunter, and nurse, Dong-eun has assembled her dream team. Yeon-jin is making all sorts of changes, including discontinuing his therapy sessions because he hasn't made progress after all this time. As he says this, he imagines the man who ended his father's life sitting right next to him. We find out that Yeon-jin's father was attacked by the man inside the emergency room. Elsewhere, Jae-jun is on the phone with an associate asking for his help to take a precious treasure from someone. Considering how awful of a person Jae-jun is, the associate wants to know whether Jae-jun has resorted to stealing now. Indignant, Jae-jun responds that he's simply trying to take back what's his. When they meet at Jae-jun's apartment, the associate flatly informs him that he can't have Yisul. Although he's her biological father, he's not her legal father since she was born when her parents were married. Jae-jun has no legal standing as long as Do-yeong is in the picture, so the only hope is for Yeon-jin to divorce Do-yeong, and then Jae-jun can pursue a custody case. Back with our detective duo, Hanam and Dong-eun meet at their usual spot on the steps. Hanam hasn't found anything useful about the shaman yet, but she has news about the men she followed. They work for the cop who's friends with Yeon-jin's mother. Delighted at her revelation, Hanam thinks she ought to be reborn as a red lipstick-wearing spy. Dong-eun tells her that she can wear red lipstick in this life too if she wants, and I agree. Hanam is already an awesome super spy. Dong-eun guesses that Myung-oh must have bought a plane ticket, met with Yeon-jin, and then was disposed of by the cop's henchmen on Yeon-jin's orders. But what did you want with Myung-oh in the first place? Hanam asked quietly. We flash back to Dong-eun and Myung-oh at the restaurant. Soo-hee, the bullied girl, was pushed off the building by Yeon-jin, and Dong-eun has proof. Yeon-jin's name tag, which was found in Soo-hee's hand. Dong-eun was present on the day Soo-hee fell, and with this knowledge, so was Myung-oh. When he blackmails Yeon-jin, he's welcome to keep whatever cash she gives him. All Dong-eun wants in return is for him to record Yeon-jin confessing to her crime. Dong-eun needs Yeon-jin to lose her status and to be seen as an outcast in order for Soo-hee's case to be re-examined. However, with the confession plan out the window, Dong-eun's new strategy is to find Myung-oh's body. But how? Rejoining Hae-jung, she's meeting with her fiancé's mother at the temple to share copies of her college transcripts, health reports, and genealogy maps. Hae-jung's future mother-in-law gives her a lukewarm reception, but then positively bounces with joy at the arrival of a dear friend. Hae-jung's jaw is on the floor when she sees that the dear friend is Dong-eun. All smiles, she congratulates Hae-jung on getting married. "We went to school together," Dong-eun explains cheerfully. Meanwhile, Hae-jung is frozen on the spot. As Dong-eun walks away, her dear friend regrets not having her for a daughter-in-law. Instead, she's stuck with the spoiled brat Hae-jung. Regaining her ability to speak, Hae-jung excuses herself and sprints after Dong-eun to chat. Won't that be a fun conversation? Elsewhere, Yeon-jin bursts into Jae-jun's store demanding to know why he met Do-yeong. He parries with a question of his own. "Do you have something you want to tell me?" She doesn't answer either, so he explains that Do-yeong came to see him because he was looking for Myung-oh. With increasing anger, he asks again, "Do you have something you want to tell me?" Yeon-jin doesn't have the faintest idea what he's on about, except perhaps that Dong-eun is Yisul's teacher. Losing patience, Jae-jun grabs Yeon-jin and reveals that Yisul is his daughter. Through gritted teeth, he asks why she abandoned him and raised Yisul as someone else's child. "Did you ever love me?" he inquires while continuing to throttle the mother of his child.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Do you think Jae-jun actually has feelings for Yeon-jin? Or he's just trying to break up her marriage so that he can try to get custody of Yisul? Share your thoughts in the comments. It's the day of Yisul's open class and Do-yeong arrives along with the other dads. Yisul waves happily at him and then at someone else at the doorway. Jae-jun has shown up to the open class. When Do-yeong asks why he's there, Jae-jun jokes that he has a secret love child. In truth, he's there to visit Yisul's teacher. To Do-yeong's astonishment, Yisul's teacher is the woman from the Go Club. Unaware of this connection, Jae-jun quips that he got on quite well with Dong-eun back in their high school days, much better than Yeon-jin did. In an antagonizing tone, Jae-jun asks Do-yeong whether he's ever had something taken away from him. Do-yeong stares him down, beginning to put the pieces together. How will Dong-eun's reveal as Yisul's teacher impact Do-yeong, and when will he confront his wife? We'll see in my next recap video on episode 8, so check it out. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.